What's up, YouTube? So, the Miami Dolphins have picked up Owen Carney Jr. as an undrafted free agent. He is a defensive lineman from Illinois. He's kind of like a sort of edge rusher, well, maybe 3-4 defensive end. I don't really think he has necessarily the traits for that yet. I just don't think he really has the hands or the control. He's kind of a raw talent. He's 6'3" and 275 pounds, so he is a bigger defensive end. At least in like a 4-3 type of scheme. He doesn't really have much athleticism or bend necessarily. He's also not that technical. He doesn't really have very many counter moves. But he does anticipate the snap pretty well, and he does have some pretty good strength to him. And is a very, very physical player, and it just seeks contact, but he doesn't really have a counter move. If he can't beat you with his power, he's not going to be able to beat you in any other way. Like, he doesn't have any like inside moves, outside moves. His hands aren't that great. His pursuit is really good. He is definitely a high effort player, but he's very, very raw. And like I said, he's not super athletic either. So he's probably going to be a practice squad guy at best for us right now, at least until he can kind of develop some of those skills. He has the frame and the size to eventually maybe work on being like a 3-4 defensive end. He would probably have to get a little bit bigger for that. But he really needs to improve his hands if that's the route he's going to go. Right now, if he had to play, I would say put him in as like a left defensive end in a 4-3 scheme on like rundowns, and just kind of let him be physical, because that is the one area where he is really good. And like I said, he is definitely a high effort player. He does sometimes work himself out of the play just because of the high effort things with him. So that is something to kind of watch out for too. But like I said, he's not a very creative pass rusher. He doesn't really rush with much of a plan. But I think he can be a pretty good run defender for the most part. He just needs to not work himself out of the play, and I think he'll be fine. But yeah, I do like the pickup. It adds a little bit of depth. He's a guy that might be able to fill in some Emmanuel Ogbah things if need be. If something were to happen to him, he's definitely not as good as Ogbah, but he's got a similar body frame, so that's kind of nice. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.